The Propcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Their company customers play just $5, $100 bonus funds. Use promo code SGPN.
And Peggy the shot, the ground downfield. He gets the catch, and he gets in for the touchdown. The catch is made by Calvin Ridley. Wilson,
and welcome everyone to the Propcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Currently Monday morning, December 1st. Time kind of flies. About on their way, 10 a.m. Eastern. Here to break down the Monday night game for Week 13 between the Giants and the Patriots. So we're going to get into our thoughts and props on the game. But before we get into that, introductions, joined by Adam as always. Adam, how's it going? What's up?
We had a monster probably. I hope nobody here only took my sides because you'd be very disappointed. CJ Buskey was like, I only tailed you on sides. I'm like, well, you had a bad day. But if you tailed on props, what an excellent showing for us.
Yeah, overall it was a good day. I know on the prop show I was not as great. I went 1-2. Unfortunately, Herbert broke his hand, so the longest completion rule was never going to get there. But I ended up winning Fairbairn because his field goals are guaranteed every single game, and he had two more, at least to go over the props. So either way, nice win there. But not the best prop show for me. I know he did win the ladder with the Bucky, so that worked out well with his full rushing ladder as he went over everything. So nice job by him. And once again, very profitable show. So can't complain. Overall, good Sunday card. Time to move on into the Monday night game, unless you have something you want to add, talk about Sunday.
So I was thinking about this because we were talking about it right before we started. But people are just saying how, oh man, the Broncos aren't very good. A lot of people aren't really good. So I guess my question is,
who is good?
Who is good? People are saying I can't wait for Denver to get waxed in the playoffs. I think the only team that I would say that I think is going to at least their future looks bright and I don't really have concerns. Least amount of flaws I'd say is the Rams.
Yeah. And they just lost to Carolina, but the point is we still think they're better positioned.
We still think they're better. I guess the question is, do you think that the Bears beating the Eagles makes the Bears leveled up the Bears or leveled down the Eagles? Because for me, it leveled down the Eagles.
I think for me, you can argue a little bit of both, obviously, because it might take two to tango there, but it might have leveled up the Bears slightly. Maybe it's the way they won. I did not expect them to.
Running game was crazy.
That was my point. That I recognize that, of course, they have two solid running backs. I did not think they would do that, or they would have 270 yards. So that definitely helps when you can do that. Defensively, I think the Bears are a great defense. No, but I think they're good enough to beat you in cold weather. I think that definitely helps out. But look, I think that we're kind of touching upon the same point, which is every single team that is going to make the playoffs is somewhat flawed. And we saw the Rams even lose against the Panthers yesterday. I know that you could argue bad spot, etc. Point is, every team is vulnerable. Unlike most seasons, there isn't one team that you feel like you can just see running the table easily. Maybe that's the Rams. Maybe it's not. But I do think you make the argument that it could be a very chaotic postseason because a lot of these teams on any given game or any given day can lose. So I think that's going to result in what should be, fair to say, a pretty open postseason. Fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, yes. The sevens, I strongly have always disagreed with them adding a seventh team. I get it. It's
so do I.
What it is, right? And so the seventh seed is just it's just competing for the right to get blown out by whoever. That's what's I feel like it's gonna happen. I mean, this graphic that I'm seeing of the Bengals at 4-8 are in the hunt, and Miami 5-7. Get these teams out of my face, dude. What is this?
The Bengals should be tossed out of the in the hunt graphic, but in theory, with the Ravens and the Steelers both being bad, there is in theory a chance the Bengals win the division, which is not going to happen. But they do play the Steelers this week, or the Ravens play the Steelers. Somebody's losing a game, but then again, somebody's winning a game there. So do I think Cincinnati gets to the division? No, I don't. But in the hunt graphics are stupid. I saw in the hunt graphic a week or two ago? Mm-hmm. The Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, everybody's
that's not happening. So point is there are a lot of teams that are theoretically being mentioned, which is they just needed to fill space on the graphic, which is just not going to happen. But Yeah, look, I like the Bengals. I hope they get in because I like watching Burrow, but there's no chance they're getting in. So we'll go from there.
They have a great path. They got a great path. They got a great end of everything. They have to. They have a winner go home game next week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bills.
I didn't really look at the Bengals record. I mean, the Bengals' upcoming schedule, but I know for a fact it's fine. I mean, you got the Bills on the road, the Ravens at home. Ravens played the Steelers this week. I mean, the Steelers are dead as far as I'm concerned. They might win the division because the division sucks.
Why would I don't know? Why would they?
No, my point is I wouldn't.
Tomlin as a dog thing doesn't even work this year.
No, see, I was gonna say I would pick Baltimore of any team right now, obviously, but
yeah.
In theory, with this division, the Steelers are in dead based on record. This team sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. I think the Steelers team is garbage. So yeah, I think Baltimore wins that division. We'll see if the Ravens win this upcoming week against Pittsburgh, but Cincinnati technically not out, but it's not looking good. I'll put it that way. So we'll see what happens, but. Yeah. Anything else you want to add? Or should we just move on into the card?
No, I think we can just move on. I was looking at something. I was looking at changing up a play while I was talking to you. But yeah, this is so I guess here's my last question. And preview, everybody. I'm not eating ice cream, guys. I'm eating yogurt.
It's froyo. It's frozen.
Yeah, really. Scott's going to be co-hosting Dad's Bit Baseball with me tonight for no money because he always does that for me.
CJ is too depressed about Helsley leaving for Baltimore.
Yeah, really.
He's taking a hiatus.
Be converted to a starter. Anyway.
Yeah, Baltimore's doing Baltimore things. It's fine.
It's so weird. They're just acquiring guys that they already have.
Yeah.
That's fine. I guess here's my thing is who getting, we could talk about this tonight more, but one sentence on who that would get the 7 seed do you think is most capable of a run? In both the AFC and the NFC.
Just to be clear, a run can be defined as winning one damn game.
No, a run being like that this team could find a way to get to at least the conference finals.
Okay. Do I think
you want me to give you options? How about I give you options? Let me give you options.
I have the standings in front of me.
Right, I know, but let me give you options to make it a little easier. So AFC, I'm going to give you Chiefs. I'm going to give you Steelers. I'm going to give you Ravens. And I'll give you a Bills skid out.
Well, the Bills right now are the 7 seed.
Right. So,
but I hate that receiving form.
Of those 4 teams.
I mean, part of the battle is actually getting into the playoffs, and the Chiefs right now are 2 back. I don't think the Chiefs are getting in.
In this world, in this scenario, those 4 teams are the ones that have one of those 4 teams has the 7 seed. Which one of them is capable of making a run?
Oh, so I didn't have to worry about getting in.
You don't have to worry about getting in. No. This isn't a bet. Yeah.
If I had to pick one team, I guess theoretically it'd be the Chiefs, but
okay, why?
I don't think they get in. So
okay, but that's fine. But why would them of those 4?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of a Mahomes factor. The Bills have no receivers. You can make the argument that until somebody actually beats the Chiefs in a postseason game, that's not the Super Bowl, of course. You just blindly pick them to win the AFC or at least win a round or 2. I mean, I think the answer is none of the above. Out of the end of these teams are good enough.
That's not your.
No, that's my point. Yeah, that's my point. My point is that if you're asking which team do I think all the stars can align for properly, it would be Kansas City. They've been so bad in 1-score games, you'd assume there'd be some type of, I'd say, positive regression to the mean, where they might actually win a game or 2. That's a 1-score game. But I would go Chiefs out of those teams. Do I think the Chiefs get in? No, I don't. So based on the teams right now that are in the playoff bracket, do I think Houston can score enough points to actually make a run? They might win the division too, which is a separate point. I mean, Josh Allen's Josh Allen, but the Steelers are terrible. I'm not going to overreact to one game there. Yeah, if you wanted my team that I think gets in that can do something, Houston. I'll go Houston. Out of the teams that I think actually make the playoffs to make some relative run, I'll go Houston. Out of all the above Chiefs in a hypothetical world. You?
Right. Of those 4, probably the Bills. Just because I think that Allen can play at a higher I think the Chiefs are super checked out. I think that
could be.
I think Allen has the highest ceiling of all those guys, all those quarterbacks.
Well, he's an MVP, so that makes sense. But that's fine.
All right, well, you know what? We'll do the NFC one tonight, so that'll be fine.
Yeah. But either way, I see a comment from Joe saying the Jags are going to win the division. Jaguars right now are only one game up, so I would say that Jaguars are in a good spot. But I think Houston, based on how they're playing lately with Stroud or with Mills, they've been quite good lately. So I think Houston will find a way in, personally. So we'll go from there. But either way, before we get into any of our props for the game tonight, a reminder that we are brought to you by our actual sale in the merch store, because you can check out the SGPN merch store for a great deal on everything for the holidays, get a quarter off everything. So check out the actual promo code HOLIDAY when you actually use the merch store, and you get a nice quarter off everything in the merch store, promo code HOLIDAY. We're brought to you by Novig. So if you like getting good prices, check out Novig, the prediction market for sports, the #1 rated in America. Get some great prices. So use the platform in a bunch of states, 35 plus to be exact. Download the app. When you do so, get a nice deal, get $50. We spend just $5 if you use the code SGPN, and actually Novig, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. So if you like pick 'em entry, chance to win 5,000 times your entry, pick higher or lower on player stats, different sports, mix and match your football with your basketball, with your hockey. Check it out. They have a new offer for customers. Play just $5, $100 more in funds. Use promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our recap of the last episode and a brief discussion of the NFL and nobody being good in the entire league. Time to move on into our actual props for the game tonight. Giants against Patriots. It was more fun when it was Coughlin against Belichick, but here we are anyway. But either way, point is you have Dart, who's returning to action. So there is no famous Jameis tonight, at least based on the projected starting quarterbacks.
No, it's
yeah, I'll ask you, Adam, first prop for this game. Any thoughts?
I thought that this is a really weird spot for the Pats. Despite having an incredible schedule. It's a really random non-con game right before a bye, before a game that's for the division. So I really like the Giants here. I think that I'm a big Kafka guy overall, and I like that they finally got a new DC as well. It's just it's a good circle wagon spot for the thing is about teams that, like, I obviously blew up in my face all weekend on the Raiders and a couple other things, but like I think the Giants, just based on the talent on the roster, is a little bit different. But when you get rid of your defensive coordinator and you get rid of coaches this late in the season, you clearly like are trying to put some winning culture.
You're trying to save the locker room at that point too. So.
Right. So I think that that's going to be a really good, I think I'm expecting a good effort from them.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. So what do you want me to do?
You
want me to go first? My first prop? Okay. My first prop is going to be pretty straightforward. The car wreck himself, Jackson Dart, 30 plus rushing yards. Let's see. What do I got here in terms of stats and notes and fun things? Hold on a second, guys. Things are all over the place for me. All right. So that one also. Okay, I got a sneaky other prop that we're gonna do. All right. So look, Dart is over this in like 5 of his last, he likes to run. He was told while he keeps getting concussions to stop diving headfirst and to slide. This is a Pats team that has gave up. Well, first of all, Joe Flacco went over his rush line and he can't move. Justin Fields had 67. Michael Penix had 19, also cannot move. Dylan Gabriel at 13 stinks. So we're going to go with Jackson Dart over 29.5 rush yards at plus 104.
Yeah, we know that he got a concussion because he never actually slides. So, yeah, expect him to run again because it's what he does. So I do think that's a solid angle. We know the Giants, at least previously with Dart, use a decent amount of RPOs, decent amount of read options in general. They're going to try to get him to move. So I'm fine with that. What's the price on that again?
Plus 104.
Okay, cool. So for my first play, I'm going to go with a Patriot receiver. I will point out it's going to be a bit risky because the snap count has been going down, but it keeps going over, so I'll keep taking it. Give me Demario Douglas over 14.5 receiving yards at minus 108. He's had only 17 receiving yards in 8 straight games. The Giants are also not good at stopping the pass. Then again, they also just fired their DC, so we'll see if they improve on anything. But Douglas has been a big play guy. Last game, I believe he had 1 catch for 37 yards, but he's gone over in 8 straight. Giants allowing the 5th most receiving yards per game. I think Douglas, at the end of the day, can get there with 1 catch, and I think that'll get at least 1 target. Good enough for me. Give me Douglas over 14.5 receiving yards at -108 as my first play on the show. So a bit risky, but I still like the low yardage number. So there you go.
No, I like that. I like that dude. That's a good one. So
yep. You want to move on to your second prop?
Yeah, hang on a second. Just approving that I will go to a meeting. Okay, my second prop is sticking with Jackson Dart. We're actually going to go under 33.5 longest pass for him. They might be like, why are you doing this? He's got a new OC. He's just not a thrower to me. The Pats have the lowest deep rate in the league since week 7. One of the lowest in the league overall. Lowest completion percentage, second lowest in yards per attempt overall. Dart's only done this against really bad pass defenses. He's done it against the Eagles. He's done it against the Bears. 4 of the last 5 QBs have also gone under this versus the Pats. Only 3 in their last 10 have gone over. So I like Dart to do some things. I don't like Dart to, and I think that they may find ways to attack on the ground. I think they may find ways to attack in other ways, but Dart under 33.5 longest pass. I just think that the way they're going to win this game is not going to be through a bomb. It's also not a really talented wide receiver group that is going to be able to do stuff for this. So
yeah, it's really not. I mean, you're looking at Dart, who you make the argument isn't also the best passer in the world. So really I don't know how accurate he's going to be downfield anyway. But New England's been good, as you said before, at limiting big plays. So I think that Dart's going to be a bunch of check downs and some runs, and they'll go from there. You might have to sweat out maybe 1 or 2 deep throws, but I don't know who's going to create separation in this entire receiving core downfield. So, yeah, I like the play. 33.5. Sounds like a low number. I mean, it worked for Rodgers yesterday.
Works for Rodgers, so, yeah.
He's not going to complain about it. So, yeah, I like the under for Dart as well. Before we get into...
Also, something that was, like, tipping me off on it, like, I was looking through... Because I was looking at game specials, because there's a couple other props I like. You know how you and I kind of will go through FanDuel and we'll look at game specials. So on the passing side, where is it? It was Jackson Dart to, I think it was, yeah. So May and Dart to both complete 25, like to both complete a 30-yard passing thing is 15-1, which is crazy.
That is pretty wild.
Right. And Dart, we know, can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of just tells you like a little bit of like how I'm kind of eyeing this and why I'm like, I don't think he's going to do this. So
yeah, that's fine. Once again, I don't like the receivers as well, so I'm fine with that. Before I get into my second prop for the show, a reminder, they're brought to you by our other sponsor, Rhythm. They're crushing in college football, the NFL, and now they just added the NBA. Rhythm's giving away cash prize of the week just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets for model that you built, and you can win $1K. Use code SGPN25. When you download the app, you get a nice quarter off the first month. Download Rhythm. Once again, promo code SGPN25. Adam, what is one Rhythm prop that they like? I know I was looking yesterday, and I saw they liked Austin Hooper.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That almost made my card. I mean, well, we should bet it because I still like it. With their offensive line the way it is, he's going to probably be on the field a lot more.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So do you want to just use the Austin Hooper play then?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a great call out by them. It's just basically he's probably going to have increased. First of all, they use him anyway, and I think he's going to have increased usage because the fact that they just like they have backups in 2 parts of their O line, including their left tackle. They're just going to probably.
And the Giants have a good pass rush, so you might see a couple of dink and dunks from May throughout the game.
We should let's put that in. Well, let's put that in our underdog later.
Cool. But once again, the rhythm play for the show is going to be Austin Hooper over 9.5 receiving yards. Anyway, a reminder though, if you want to check out Rhythm for yourself, use the promo code SGPN25. We download the app and get a nice quarter off first month. Download Rhythm. Once again, promo code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our first 3 props of the show. Time to move on into my second prop. Looking at the touchdown market, I'm going to go for a pretty predictable option, but I do think New England is going to score some points against the Giants. Maybe not a ton, but I think they'll score a couple of touchdowns. Give me Travion Henderson touchdown at -110. He's been really good since he got the keys from Stevenson as the main starting running back, and I think he'll have a decent game here. Last time we saw the Giants, they got torched by Gibbs I know they fired the D coordinator, but the point is the run defense has not been very good. I think Henderson will have a good matchup. He scored 2+ touchdowns in 2 of the last 3 games. The Giants are allowing 1.3 touchdowns per game to opposing running backs. 1.3 touchdowns per game, which is 5th most in the league. Good enough for me. Henderson has been very solid since becoming the starter. He has big playability. He's using the red zone. Checks a lot of boxes. For a touchdown favorite that's expected to score multiple touchdowns in the game, -110 for the starting running back, I think is a very good price for his touchdown. Good enough for me. Give me Henderson touchdown at -110 as my second prop. Thoughts?
I think it's good. It was no, I mean he's the guy and he's the one to use it.
I'm just surprised it's that cheap.
It's just, it's also, I mean, look, there's two. I mean, look, I think it's a smart play. I think I don't know what we're gonna get totally out of this defense in the trenches, just because like that's an easy thing to fix, and it was something that they were terrible at. So I've stayed away from some of the rushing oriented things. But touchdown you can get, you don't even need a ton of yards.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're looking at Stevenson, who maybe has a better game in theory in terms of yards per carry than Henderson, but it might not matter. If they just give him 1 or 2 red zone carries, then I'm not going to complain about it. But as long as the usage is there, I'm fine if the Giants' run defense even slightly improved. -110 for a guy who's had, I believe it's been 18+ carries in 2 straight games. I just think it's a very good deal for a team that's favored by a touchdown. So I'm just going to go for that based on the math. Give me Henderson touchdown at -110. Moving on to your final prop for the game. What do you like?
Let's see. Okay. Mentioned Will Campbell's out.
Yeah,
and that's a big deal. And this team already takes sacks as it is. Backup O-line. Give me Brian Burns sack -103. I can't believe that this is like this price. Pats are already 27th in adjusted sack rate. So in terms of giving him up, and Burns has just been a freaking animal this year. He didn't have any sacks against Detroit, but he had 2 against Green Bay. He's had 2 multiple times this season. This might be 5 + 5. We should probably sprinkle on 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, we're gonna do that. So we have him for the 1 sack, and then 2 is 5 to 1.
That's a great price.
That's a great price. You know what? Actually, maybe we'll put it in. Maybe that's the underdog.
Yeah, we can get crazy with it.
We can get crazy with it. I don't want a ton of liability, but yeah. Okay, cool.
Cool. So you're going to go with Burns sack as your final play at -103.
Yep.
For mine, I'm going to go to the Giants passing game, actually, in a positive way. Now, you mentioned before the Patriots don't allow a ton of big plays. That's fine, because I'm going to go for the check down king, former converted wide receiver to running back. Give me Tyron Tracy. I'm going to take his over 2.5 catches at -110. He's had at least 3 catches in 3 of the last 4. I'm aware that some of that was with Jameis, so you're switching quarterbacks again. Can be a bit dicey, but still, the point is we're not picking a lot of big plays from Dart. Tracy's on the field all the time. He's officially taken over the main running back role since Scadaba's injury, and you're looking at Tracy, who I think should have a lot of targets in this game, because the Patriots, part of their defensive identity to prevent big plays is to just allow a ton of checkdowns. The Patriots so far this season are allowing the 3rd most receptions per game to opposing running backs. They will let you dink and dunk to running backs for the entire damn game. And if you're looking at Dart, who might be pressured and maybe doesn't see many guys open downfield, a lot of 2-3 yard completions in store. So I ended up going for the receptions instead of the yards, because Tracy might have a couple of catches for maybe 2 yards apiece. We'll see what happens, but I think Tracy will get some targets. The fact that he's a former wide receiver does suggest that, once again, he's comfortable actually catching passes out of the backfield.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that he's a former Wisconsin Badger?
Is he? I remember him at LSU. I don't even remember.
I thought he was, yeah, you're right. Wait, I thought that they had another guy on the team who was a Wisconsin Badger.
It could be, but it wasn't Tracy.
No. All right,
Tracy's too athletic for Wisconsin football.
There you go.
They wouldn't use him.
It was LSU. You're right.
Once again, he can end up with 5 yards. I don't really give a damn what his yard total is. Do I think he'll catch 3 dump-off passes and probably a design screen somewhere in there for a free reception? Sure. But I think 2.5 is too low at -110. Give me Tracy over 2.5 catches at -110.
Cool.
So,
nope, I like it. I mean, the Pats have been getting killed by
running backs in the passing game.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go to like, I mean, their check down rate, their forced check down rate is mid, but it's in like the worst part of the mid. But if you look at DVOA, their defensive DVOA on running backs, it is God. Giants is terrible. It's where is it? It's not good. It's really. Oh no. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's fine. There's other. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh no, I was sorting it by yards. Yeah, I'm actually on the entirely wrong stat site. Never mind. Let me look because I know that this is accurate. But defense versus a wide receiver DVOA. If you look at who is the worst against running backs. There you go. Yeah, New England is 22nd. They're terrible.
Once again, just give me a bunch of checkdowns to Tracy, and we're fine. So
yeah, pass attempts to running backs per game. They are allowing. This team's been terrible at this. Yeah, they're 5.6, and it's I mean, he's gonna get this. Okay, yeah, no, I like that.
So there we go. Anyway, you have any miscellaneous stuff you want to add?
Yeah, one last one that I'm going to add. I like Stephon Diggs' 50 receiving yards.
Okay.
So he kind of shows up in these like primetime games. And his last two primetime games, he's had over 100 yards. The Jets, both primetime games this year, to be honest. The Jets and Buffalo. With the offensive line the way it is, he kind of plays that role in the slot. I think that you could think that that's something that Dart could end up doing. And if you look at the types of receivers that have just frankly murdered this Giants team, it's you go through. So it's Amon-Ra had 149, and that's completely middle of the field stuff. Christian Watson, obviously a little bit more extended. Christian Watson does the middle, but Romeo Doubs, completely in the middle of the field type of stuff. Luther Burden, completely in the middle of the field type of stuff. Devonta Smith works out of the slot. So a lot of these guys.
The key word is that slot. It's the slot receivers that are killing this defense.
Well, it's not always slot because Romeo Doubs doesn't always play in the slot.
No, but I'm saying it seems like there is.
It's guys who like to do a lot of their damage in post routes and in middle of the field.
Yeah, that's kind of where you're going.
Right, and so for that, like that's why I kind of like Diggs here. Plus, dude, 2 primetime games and this year he's got over 100 yards.
Yeah,
it's pretty bomb.
Yeah, and you said it was 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good number. I can get behind that.
Should we?
That could be our ladder.
Well, do you want that to be our? You want that to be our ladder? Or do you want to just make our ladder? Brian Burns taking advantage of a busted O line.
I'm fine with either way. I mean, the victory lap on a sack ladder would be tremendous, but
let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be a lot more fun.
Yeah, that's fine. So that'll be our ladder as Burns sacks.
Yeah, well, hold on. We'll repeat the segment when we get to the ladder segment.
Yes, that's fine.
That way it's cut. Other than our one yesterday, which is just us saying, yeah, how far you want to do? Let's go 40, 50, 60. All right, cool. Bucky Irving. And that was it.
That works.
So
I didn't need much convincing because I liked the matchup for Bucky anyway yesterday. So yeah,
I thought it was great.
I'm good with this, but I already did the ad read. So you want to just move on to best bets?
Yeah, best bet for me is going to be just Brian Burns sack.
Okay. That was minus 103, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So for my best bet, it's either going to be Henderson or Tracy. I'll go Tracy over 2.5 catches. I kind of think it's game script proof unless the Giants blow them out, which I don't see happening. But I think you're looking at the Patriots who their defense is just straight up designed to allow running backs to catch a bunch of 3-yard passes. That's their entire defensive strategy. They'll sacrifice running back activity in the passing game to eliminate other actual wide receivers. I know that most of his numbers came when Winston was in the game, and I get that Dart's not nearly as good of a passer as Winston. But still, I think the offensive line could be problematic at times. I think Tracy's a good receiver out of the backfield. I think 2.5 catches is basically nothing for a team that may or may not get blown out. We'll see. I know you think the Giants keep the game close. Couple of scripts there that I do think can work out to Tracy's benefit in the passing game. Give me Tracy over 2.5 catches of minus 110 as my best bet. So moving on to Underdog. What do you want to go with for Underdog?
So Underdog, let's take a nod from Rhythm.
Okay.
And
Austin
yeah, you like that too, right?
Yeah. I was trying to bet a
My
last
apps
night,
are all
actually.
messed up because my ESPN bet one rip is now the score. It automatically changed. Then we should take a moment. We should talk in front of all the people about our show schedule this
Fun
week.
joke, by the way. Do you want to guess my exact balance that I currently have in my ESPN account?
It's mostly first TDs, so I'm assuming it's about $3,000.
Oh, no.
Oh, what is it?
I took some out. I was saying, as of right now, my active balance to end the ESPN bet era, $420.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Mine is $3,500.
No, I took some out, so there you go.
I mean, we're gonna have a.
I just meant the remaining balance I had on my account was $420. So it was nice knowing ESPN. It's the same book. You just changed sponsors. It's fun. So
well, yeah. That's the thing. It never was ESPN.
No,
people are just idiots. Okay, so Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
Rhythm play higher, 10.5 passing yards.
Or receiving yards, but yeah.
Receiving yards, yeah. What else did you like?
Well, I was going to ask if you wanted to recycle my plays. You wanted to go for something else.
I had mentioned one earlier. Now I can't remember what it was.
Actually, you know, since it wasn't my best bet, you want to do Henderson touchdown?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
That's fine.
But there was another. I feel like there was another one that we.
You wanted Diggs?
Could.
Okay.
Do you want to do the? Well, do you like that Burns sack?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Wait. Do you want to do? I mean,
we're
probably
laddering the sack,
reverse,
so I'm gonna be
reverse correlation in here. Do you want to do a dart INT?
Do you think he throws one?
Or a May INT? Like they both.
May INT has been pretty common. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah, I could. Okay, so, this is juicy. Okay, yeah, let's do this. This is way better than what this is great. Austin Hooper higher 10.5 receiving yards. Brian Burns to get a sack. Drake May higher 0.5 INTs thrown. 6.81, and then I put a boost on it to make it 9.13.
Nice.
So $50 wins us allegedly $456.50.
Cool. And just to recap once again, the ladder, what is going to be the ladder for the show?
The ladder for the show is going to be Brian Burns sacks. 1 sack is -103. 2 sacks is +519.
And what is going to be your 3 plays for the show?
My 3 plays for the show are going to be Jackson Dart under 33.5 longest pass completion, Brian Burns sack, Jackson Dart 30+ rushing yards, and another bonus play of Stephon Diggs 50+ receiving yards.
And my 3 plays are going to be Demario Douglas over 14.5 receiving yards at -108, Henderson touchdown at -110, and Tracy over 2.5 catches at -110. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for our picks for the show. Adam, you wanted to mention our schedule for the upcoming week because we're going to be in a different state for your birthday. So what's the updated schedule?
The updated schedule. Okay, so regular show Thursday. Actually, our schedule's just the same.
For the record, my flight is Thursday night, so I'm fine.
Mine is 2.
Regular,
Mine is 2. Wait, what time do you get in?
I want to say I get in at like 8 o'clock, I think.
Okay, so do I. So I'll just meet you at the airport.
Okay. I might be wrong, but I think it's around there.
I'll just wait for you. Well, if it works, I'll just wait for you, and like one car can drop you off. We'll figure it out. But
we'll figure it out. Point is, though,
yeah.
we will be available Thursday morning for a show.
Yeah, Thursday morning will be available for a show, and then I guess we'll do the other one Friday.
Yeah, we're probably not going to do it that early like normal, but we'll do it at
No, because we have all day.
I was going to say we'll do it on Friday.
We got a MAC championship to cheer on, man.
Yeah, that's a night activity or Vegas afternoon activity. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So basically the schedule's the same, but there's going to be different backgrounds. That's basically how it's going. But either way, a reminder that we'll be back for the, of course, we'll be back for week 14. We'll also be back for the midweek hockey NBA show.
Which has been cooking. The hockey one's been just been cooking.
Yeah, it's been very, very good. But either way, until next time, you can find me on Twitter, Rush Radio. Find him on Twitter at Herosberg. And until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Check out Adam's show later today. Dad's Bet Baseball and Football. I'll be co-hosting that show as well. Congrats to CJ. You officially lost Helsley. Anyway, until next time, once again, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.